Hi everyone! So hopefully you would have watched part one of this video, which showed me basically decluttering my workspace and getting ready for this video, which is part two. I had a very exciting delivery yesterday from the big blue and yellow store, and I am finally ready to start putting everything together and changing around my workspace to hopefully just make it work much better. As I've mentioned before, it is a very small workspace. It is only 2.5 by 3.5 meters, and I do have a lot crammed in here, so I need to utilize every single bit of space that I've got. It all started with this photo here that I saw online, and it got me thinking about whether or not something like this would work in my space. My plan would obviously be to fill it up with printers because I have many printers. Unfortunately, the size that is shown here doesn't seem to be available on the website anymore. I have the exact desk, it's this one here, but I couldn't find something that would fit kind of either side of it like that. So I've measured up and I should be able to fit it on the desk, but a much shorter version of the one that's shown, and hopefully I'll be able to stack everything above it. But I'm a bit nervous because obviously I can't go to the store, it's not safe for me to do so. I have basically had to rely on photos online and overall dimensions, so I don't exactly know for definite where the middle shelf support falls and whether or not it is going to leave enough space underneath it for me to store one of my printers. I am really hoping it does, but we will have to see. So let's jump into it. Please excuse my very dishevelled appearance and the lovely background of under the desk. If you have seen my Instagram stories, you will have noticed that we have had big problems with the workroom makeover. So it is now 8 p.m. at night, and me and Mr. TBG have spent most of the afternoon trying to figure out how to extend the legs on the desk. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I've had to solely rely on measurements that were from websites and online, and unfortunately I've either miscalculated, which is a strong possibility, or I've looked at the wrong measurement, and yeah, my desk legs are now a good 2 inches too short to clear the floor as to where I wanted it. So yeah, a bit of an epic fail there. Worst of all, as you saw earlier, the room is in complete chaos and it's 8 o'clock at night. I've got to start working again in here in about 13 hours, and there's no way I'm going to get everything back together in time. Obviously I can't be banging around because although it's a garden office, I really don't want to be annoying the neighbours. So yeah, a bit of an epic fail for this one. Fingers crossed. We've got some actual furniture leg raisers on order from Amazon. I've primed them, so hopefully they'll be here tomorrow and we can get everything underway again. In the meantime, I'm going to have to shift some orders around. Luckily nothing is due out for tomorrow. I just had work that I wanted to do because I like to try and get orders out as soon as possible. So yeah, I can't work in here, and seems it's going to have to be mainly computer work tomorrow, and use obviously the computer in the house to try and get most of that done. So fingers crossed the next time you see me I'll be beavering away and we will have solved the leg problem. So I brought you into a new location. Welcome to my house. I've had to bring you in here because it is still absolute chaos in my workspace, and the desk lifters aren't due to arrive until this evening. So rather than wasting the whole day, I thought that I would make a start on the IKEA furniture that's got to go in. And once the lifters are here, then it means that everything can just be put back together, and hopefully I'll be ready to work from tomorrow. Can you check out my very cute and adorable Boo Bear? You might just be able to see her big ears as she's snuggling away. Say hi, Boo. Say hi. So let's give you the quick spin before I go round properly and show you what I've done from how it was before to how it is now. So I think that it's easy to see that the biggest change is in this corner over here. It is now a huge wall of printers and my PC all stacked up, taking inspiration from the IKEA photo that I showed you before. The last printer is hid in the corner there, the laser, and I've moved the packaging area out of the way completely. The cutters have had to be moved down this end so they're close to the PC, and although I'm not a huge fan of having everything stacked like this, it is a lot of black and silver, I am pleased with how much space it fills up. The space in the corner now is fantastic. I have moved all of my sewing bits to just pretty much be in these 4 Kallax cubes at the end here. For now I've left the heat vinyl in the corner just because there's nowhere else that they can really go, and I've moved the packing station to the opposite corner along with the Kallax worktop, because having this area with both the worktop itself and then the Kallax cube, it should flow much better. Then underneath I have put all of my blanks so that I can press them, just get them all out and everything that's needed, along with the packaging too. Don't know if you can see at the top there, but that free drawer unit is actually completely empty, which means that I have got some more storage space that I can grow into, which is amazing. I've also decided to store my photography lamp just down, so it's not completely folded out, but it is not taking up as much space. And if you go along on the desk, you can now see that I have both heat presses set up and ready to go, which will be perfect at Christmas. Under the heat press desk, because it's not actually used as a desk, I have filled up the bit where your legs would usually go with more storage. Not much has changed. In fact, I've probably just filled that a bit more compared to what it was before. Where the desk now is, you can see I have lots of space. There are 4 empty cubes ready to be filled, and you can just see there the risers that caused me so much problems at the beginning of the week. I've also got a very dirty step ladder there that was used for decorating, which I basically need for when I am changing paper or printing on the top printer, which is all the way up there, along with the zebra as well, which is where I print all of my address labels. You can just about see my gift message printer up there, the Brother one, and then round the back, oh my, the cables are an absolute mess. I'm not quite sure if there is any way for me to disguise those. Because of the tower itself is quite large, most of it is hidden unless you're around this side. To try and break up all of the equipment, I have started a mini gallery wall. This is just a collection of some beautiful pieces that I have brought or been gifted, or some that I have made myself as well. I hope to continue that along to just bring some happiness to this little corner. Obviously it's very early days at the moment, but so far I am blown away by the amount of space that I've freed up, and also how open it looks in here compared to before. There's lots more worktop space, and I have got a really good feeling that things are just going to flow so much better. So a few things that I will mention if you wish to do this yourself is, most importantly, I would strongly suggest that you invest in some legs for your desk that are the right size. You don't have to make do with the risers like I have. Going forward, that is probably something I will do. IKEA do actually have some that extend even further and should fit with the desktop that I have. Also, you may not have seen, but the unit that is on top of the desk, it has been firmly attached to the cabin wall just to make sure that it isn't sliding around. Exactly the same for the desktop. It isn't just resting on top of the calyx, it is also attached to the cabin wall with some special brackets, some L-shaped brackets that we've used. And also I would strongly advise that you get the cross frame for the Ivor unit that I have. You didn't actually see too clearly, but when it was being put together it was a little wobbly. The description itself on IKEA doesn't recommend it for the smaller size that I have, but yeah, it's something that I don't feel completely confident with having it as it is, so that is an order and it will be attached as soon as we have it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. It has been a bit of a long drawn out process, but I am over the moon to have freed up so much space. As mentioned when I did the tour, I've got pretty much the equivalent of a 4-cube Kallax, and also there's lots of space in the cupboards that have been freed up. And once the few bits that I've put aside ready to donate and to sell for a market night have gone, my cupboard tops will be completely free on top. I won't be needing to use those for storage, so again it will just make everything look much more tidier. If you have got any tips or tricks for hiding the complete tangled mess of cables that are behind the desk now, please do let me know. I would love to hear them. Just drop a comment down below. If you have liked this video, then definitely hit the likes button, and I hope that you will join me next time. Check out my last video and I will see you next time. Bye!